guys, how you doing? Hope you guys are doing great out there. Well, I'm going to be doing my second movie review today, and that is going to be on Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a spoiler-free review, and if you guys want me to do a spoiler review, just crush that like button and just send me some comments, guys, okay? Now, Guardians of the Galaxy was a very uninteresting movie when I saw the trailers for it. And I believe that it was advertised to look like a weird space romp, which was completely out of Marvel's normal range for like Avengers and Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and so on and so forth. Guardians of the Galaxy was a completely different movie from any other Marvel movie that ever been released. And I think that caused fans to be worried because Guardians of the Galaxy is very unknown. So yeah, I had total skepticism over this movie. I didn't think this movie was going to be a good movie at all. I thought it was going to be just a decent, just toy-selling movie. I was wrong, my friends. I was very wrong. This movie is incredible. It is so much fun to watch. It's a great science fiction, action, comedy, fantasy movie that was just completely out of nowhere. This movie just was awesome. I know many of you guys have seen this movie, so let's talk about it. So Guardians of the Galaxy stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper's Rocket Raccoon, and Vin Diesel as Groot. I am Groot. All of these characters just became so lovable for me. I love every single one of the characters. I do. There's not one character in the movie that I actually dislike. Now, when I first sat in the movie and I was introduced to the first 5 minutes of the movie, I noticed something rather different from the other Marvel movies. Is that it starts out with a little clipped segment and then it goes to the Marvel logo. This is the first time ever that Marvel has let their logo slide for the first 5 minutes of the movie. And in the beginning, we cut to the late 1980s where a broken-hearted Star-Lord just lost his mom. He is then whisked away by aliens to a far-off galaxy. It took me personally by surprise, but it took so many of us by surprise by how good this movie is. It really feels like a classic movie and a contemporary movie at the exact same time. And yes, it does take a little bit from Star Wars in terms of character dynamics and the way the action went. This was a very original movie, full with original characters, original plot, and original planets. I love Chris Pratt. I think he is a fantastic actor. And he's mostly known for comedy. So this is his first time stepping in a big budget action sci-fi movie, and he's got a lot to pull weight on. Does he pull the role off? Absolutely. He pulls the role off so well. And he goes on this mission to basically find this orb. Now, this orb ties in with the entire plot of the movie. And this orb is wanted by this mysterious man named Ronan. He's like the apprentice-y, son-like figure of Thanos, which is the ultimate destructor and ruler of the galaxy, who plans to use it to wipe out a planet called Xandar and Xandarian religion and culture and existence, whatever you want to call it. So the Guardians of the Galaxy have to go in and save the day, right? Well, no, it's not as you think. They're not this ragtag group of team in the beginning of the movie. They're all basically criminals. They're bad guys, basically. We root for the bad guys. So it's like very original. The characters, you care about them even though they're not the good guys. You still care about them deeply. I mean, just think about Groot, guys. He says 3 words, I am Groot. And he becomes one of the most popular characters of this decade, which is so cool because the way he's directed and the way Vin Diesel like acts it out and the various things that he does throughout the whole movie is really, really cute. Really warm, really inviting. I know the kids are going to love this character. He's so good, so charismatic, so lovable. And then, of course, we got his partner, Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon is actually my favorite member. Voice with heart and a streak of badassery by Bradley Cooper. Rocket Raccoon is an incredible character because he's not who you really think he is, even though you think you know who he is and you kind of somewhat know. He's really another warm, lovable, inviting character who basically has his own story to tell. It would be cool to see a spin-off movie of Rocket and Groot, just like finding out how they meet and what happened to Rocket. Now, I'm not going to spoil to you what really happened to Rocket. You got to watch the movie if you haven't seen it already. So, we're watching the movie, and Star-Lord is now on Xandar, and he's trying to sell the orb away. Once he tells the guy that Ronan wants the orb, he throws him out of his shop, and he meets Zoe Saldana's character, Gamora. Now, Gamora is this, like, green, sexy-like character who basically is the daughter of Thanos. Gamora is sent out on the mission to find the orb and give it to Thanos. But she has her own motive in which she tries to sell it to a third party. So she tries to take the orb from Star-Lord. They get into a fight, punches, kicks are thrown everywhere. And then Groot and Rocket, basically, they meet with each other, and they try to get the orb away from Star-Lord because Rocket wants the orb too because he could get a lot of money off of it. They get captured and taken to this prison cell, which is called the Kiln. And there is when we get to meet Drax, or as he's called and known in the comics, Drax the Destroyer. Drax is this emotionally driven character who is very pissed off at Ronan and Thanos for basically killing his wife and daughter. And when he finds Gamora, who is the daughter of Thanos, he gets pretty damn pissed at her. Star-Lord tries to come in and says some really funny lines. So they have to try to find a way to escape the prison, of which, of course, they do. Sorry if that's a spoiler for you guys, but I think if they're stuck in a prison and they have to end up saving the world, you'd think they're gonna have to break out, right? Now, I'm about 16 years old. I'm gonna be 16 in a week. And when I first heard him put on the cassette player and just play that first song, I had no idea what that song was. And my parents, yes, I went to go see it with my parents, were like, oh my god, that song's in the movie? All the songs in the movie are classic themes from David Bowie and the Runaways and even the Jackson 5. Like, they all have a song in the movie, which is really cool, guys. The soundtrack for the movie is on iTunes and is on YouTube everywhere. Okay, so after they escape, they have to sell it to the third party, to which they're selling it to is the Collector from Thor the Dark World. Then we get a lot of exposition about what the orb is, and we find out that it's an Infinity Stone, which is just ultimate destructive power that if it falls into the wrong hands, it could cause the eventual doom and destruction of the galaxy. And we find out that nobody but a Titan can be able to possess it and not die. All the action scenes in the movie are really cool, and the movie just takes you through an incredible adventure. It's a space opera. I feel like they should make a sequel to this because, and this is my own opinion, is that this movie feels so original that it needs to stand out from all the other Marvel movies because every Marvel movie that we know has a sequel. And sometimes the sequels aren't as good as the first one. Namely, Thor the Dark World or Iron Man 3. But Guardians of the Galaxy is an excellent movie. It was one of my favorite movies of last year. Guardians of the Galaxy gets an A+. Well, thank you guys once again for watching another review of mine for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I'm saying 2 A+ movies to start up reviews. That's pretty awesome for me. But this time I'm going to give you guys different movies that I didn't exactly give A+ to. And we'll keep going. But if you guys want to see more, just keep crushing that like button and just send me comments about movies that you want me to review. I will review some bad movies if you want me to. But I want you guys to try and comment as much as you can and just hit that like button as best you can. Thanks, guys.